mentioning Bernie, what was your first reaction to meeting him in person? And did you know who he was before you met him?
Well, I was 10 at the time, so I did not know who he was before then. My parents let me watch a clip from the Kings of Comedy just so I could be familiar with him and how his stand up was. Um, but I wasn't starstruck or anything because, again, I was 10 and I'm like, I don't know who he is, you know?
Right.
Um, but he did have a presence about him. Like, first of all, he was a very tall man.
Right.
But when he walked into a room, I don't know, his presence was just so big and he was full of life and warm and welcoming that you couldn't help but be like, who is this guy?
Right. Right. Because it made me think too, with Bernie and the stories that I've heard, it seemed that it wasn't just a transactional thing with his cast, that he really kind of saw you as an extended family, even to the point where I'm sure he also was part of your protection to make sure you guys were treated fairly and done right. There was a video that was circulating on YouTube where you guys are doing a photo shoot. Are you familiar with that video?
Yeah, I've seen that. And
Yeah.
it's funny, watching it, I remember being there, but I don't remember that like, from my own memories.
Yeah, and so the video, Bernie was adamant about not letting Jeremy sit on his lap, even though it was like a recreation. So the conspiracy theorists were kind of like insinuating, look, Bernie, was letting Hollywood know he don't play that. How did you take in that moment? Do you kind of align with that as far as being someone on the inside of the industry, of knowing that would they do something like that deliberately? And how did you feel about Bernie's response of like, no, I don't want this young boy sitting on my lap?
I honestly don't read too deep into conspiracy theories and all of that. Yes, things do happen and they can happen. I can't say one way or another if he was consciously thinking of it in that way. I just think he thought it was inappropriate for a 12, 13-year-old boy to be sitting on anybody's lap.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, I think what I got out of it was at least showed some backbone from Bernie's standpoint, because there would be probably some actors who are just listening to directors or just kind of going with the flow because they want to appease the environment and make sure people are cool. But for Bernie to be like, nah, that was pretty G, like, okay, it's his show anyway. And for him to have some courage to be like, nah, I'm gonna let particularly this white crew know this ain't gonna go down. Y'all not gonna. I thought that was pretty cool.
Steady.
Actually, on the lap. You're sitting. Did you wait?
No.
It would be her. Ow! All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your lap. No. Okay. Do we have another apple box? We can sit right there.
He was definitely a strong person, and he always stood on business.